For an NFL cheat code, look no further than Baltimore Ravens quarterback and former league MVP Lamar Jackson. The 24-year-old quarterback, who was once compared to a running back, has been nothing but a headache for defenses since stepping onto an NFL football field, and as we've seen each year, he only continues to improve his game. It's hard to find a bigger threat on the gridiron than Lamar Jackson, and today we're going to dive into the diet and exercise of this dynamic superstar. But first, if you aren't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor and click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all of our videos and all things football. All done? Alright, let's go. Coming out of Louisiana, Lamar Jackson was as hyped of a college athlete as they come. A quarterback with the speed of a wide receiver with the shiftiness of a running back. With all the excitement surrounding Lamar's physical gifts, what gets lost in the shuffle is that the dude isn't just super talented, he also has a crazy work ethic. Some think that work ethic got there because of all the doubt surrounding his game entering the league and all of the nitpicking since. If you remember, Lamar slid to the Ravens at the end of the first round with the 32nd pick after many considered the QB a project. Baltimore finally selected Lamar with the hopes of shaping this remarkable athlete into a refined quarterback in the future of their franchise. We doubt anyone knew just how fast he could develop into one of the game's most threatening players, but the Ravens saw enough to know that they'd rather have him than play against him. 3 years later, and Lamar Jackson is as dangerous as they come, and the Ravens brass look like geniuses. But what did Lamar do to take his game to the next level, and how does he maintain his level of play? Let's find out. Lamar Jackson may have had his fair share of doubters since entering the league in 2018, but his quarterback coach Joshua Harris wasn't one of them. Harris may critique Jackson's game, but it's only in an effort to fine-tune it and improve the player that we see there on Sundays. Following Lamar's rookie season, he and Joshua focused on improving his fundamentals as a passer and ran footwork drills that improved how he set up his passes from the ground up. While having Lamar run through ladders and position cones before throwing a pass, it helps Lamar not to get lazy on throws where his legs help determine the accuracy or velocity. Harris had Lamar work on his throwing mechanics, the area that Lamar focuses the most on by a wide margin, so that he's delivering the ball properly and improving on his technique. We all saw the leap he took from year 1 to year 2. The passer that many considered a scrambling quarterback who could throw the ball just well enough to keep defenses honest became the dynamic dual threat able to beat you anywhere on the field with improved timing and deep ball accuracy. While that improvement may have shocked many of us, Joshua and Lamar saw this coming and were preparing for that breakout with Lamar's passing regimen that Coach Harris prepared for him. By having Lamar focus on the areas of his game that needed the most work, the passes from the pocket where Lamar was focused on making decisions over the middle, Lamar has improved his decision-making and added to his little bag of tricks. Harris helped Jackson work on this area of his game by having whichever receiver Lamar is training with run routes to these troubled areas of the field while having Lamar throw over or around obstacles and fake defensive assignments and pressures until Lamar got it right. Lamar got it right and set the Ravens' single-season passing touchdown mark with 36 and also set the league record for rushing yards by a quarterback on his way to winning the league MVP. After going through the 2019 film, the critique on Lamar focused on his deep passing and his ability to absorb contact in the pocket, so Jackson and Harris went into the lab and looked at all the film that focused on his deep accuracy issues and any tape where Lamar was taking hits he shouldn't have. Harris would simulate an NFL pocket as well as defensive linemen by pressuring Lamar from every angle and forcing him to make the throws he had trouble making on tape. Lamar's quarterback coach said that making obstacles and throws harder for him brought out an even more competitive side to Lamar. Add to the fact that half of the NFL world was criticizing his passing ability, and you have the type of determined player that any franchise would hope for. As you can see in his tape, he fixed a lot of his deep ball issues and seemed like an even more capable passer than the year prior, and took far fewer hits. Lamar entered year 3 with what would seem like little to improve on, but not to Lamar, who wanted to spend the offseason after his MVP year focusing on improving as a passer on his timing routes, as well as improving his ability to avoid contact, mainly sliding. All the things he's been criticized for the year prior. Lamar may wear blinders in season, but he is known for spending his offseason working on any deficiencies and criticisms that come his way. For the 2021 offseason, that means working on delivering passes from the pocket and working on timing with his personal quarterback coach. As we've said, Joshua helps Lamar go over hours of game tape and find areas to improve on. This could mean working on various coverages or working on particular routes that Lamar is having issues with. Joshua and Lamar worked on some of his short to intermediate routes during the prior offseason using wide receivers like Antonio Brown and second-year wideout and cousin to Antonio Brown, Marquise Brown. We don't know which receivers Lamar will bring along this offseason, but as always, the plan will be to set up a host of obstacles for him to avoid and dance around while he works on his accuracy and footwork. Some of the obstacles required Lamar to throw through rings or hitting moving targets. We know that Lamar could be accurate at times, but needs to remain consistent. We're sure with Harris on his back, he can work out some of those kinks. One of Lamar's main kinks is that he likes to improvise, and when he does, he tends to throw his passes sidearmed. We've seen quarterbacks fit passes into windows a bunch of different ways. We're looking at you, Mr. No-Look Patrick Mahomes. But Harris wants Lamar to only bring sidearm throws out of his toolbox when need be. To correct issues like this, Harris uses repetition with Lamar and will have him repeat a pass or scenario hundreds of times. This involves several receivers, as you've seen Lamar training with, anyone from Antonio Brown to practice squad players, and even people off the street, as Lamar likes to host open workouts every offseason. The work Jackson does with his receivers keeps his mechanics sharp, so when a play breaks down, Lamar is able to do what Lamar does best without even blinking. Harris understands that the part of Lamar's game that makes him so dangerous is his improvisation ability, so he doesn't want to take that away. He just wants to make sure that Lamar is only improving where he has to. I know what you're thinking. Where are all the crazy training exercises and ridiculous regimens? When you're as electric as Lamar, you don't exactly need to work on your top-end speed. Although he does do conditioning work, most of his lower body exercises are to build his core and improve his dexterity. What makes Lamar training so grueling are the repetitions. As Lamar's personal quarterback coach, Joshua Harris points out he'd never met or coached anyone that had worked harder than Lamar, so his improvement may have shocked most of the NFL world, but not Lamar or those close to him that watched his rigorous private workouts that are now becoming a thing of legend. Lamar isn't a traditional weightlifter, so you wouldn't see him trying to put up all sorts of heavy weights to build his strength or get size. But what you will see Lamar doing is using resistance bands to work on his range of motion while working on his form and mechanics. As we've said, mechanics are a year-round emphasis for Lamar and something he has to work on alone when COVID first started, as he didn't have his trusty QB coach Josh with him. Lamar is also, by his own assertion, a Pilates guy, and so he does a lot of Pilates to keep himself right in between workouts and Joshua. The Pilates are said to help him add strength and flexibility needed through working his core. The exercises are also designed to minimize impact on his joints. So when you see Lamar out there looking as shifty as can be on that football field when defenders are doing their best to cut off angles or shorten the space between them and Lamar to contain him, the magic you see Jackson doing to escape was all worked on while doing Pilates and sweating on that yoga mat. As far as diet goes, Lamar pretty much eats anything he wants and is said to indulge a little due to his super high metabolism. But there is one meal that he has before every game, and that is shrimp Alfredo. Lamar claims the carbs gives him the energy he needs and even helps the mental part of his game, saying it makes him sharp. Lamar is all for healthy eating, saying it's very important, but as far as having a meal plan, Lamar says he just eats whatever he likes because he's always eating good. Well, Lamar, with this kind of success at this young age, we're not going to question your game or how you prepare for it as long as you keep showing off on game day. Alright, sports fans, that does it for our time on Lamar Jackson and his workout and diet routine. Let us know what you thought by dropping us a comment, and as always, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit that bell button while you're at it to get a notification anytime one of these videos drops. Until next time, sports fans.